Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no need for a long intro today. We are live. What up, bitches?
Oh man, I was #1 gifter in this place. That
What?
was rigged.
What are you talking about?
Was it this sub?
Huh? Oh, what? In
What
mine?
was this sub? Do they expire after the next month?
I don't know. All right, welcome to Second Order Chaos. This is our DEF CON 610 June meetup. Yay! What the hell is up, everybody? My name is Rando. This is not your regularly scheduled stream. This is our monthly DEF CON groups, hashtag DEF CON groups. You see it up on the screen. A monthly meetup. We would normally, in a normal society, have this at Two Rivers Brewing in Easton, Pennsylvania. That's where we are all based. Despite the fact that some people think us using 610 is misleading, because that is also a Philly area code, but it counts here. Plus, I don't think DEF CON 484 has the same ring to it. Wait, who just disappeared from the stream? Did Matt disappear just now?
That'd be Matt.
Mother.
Eddie's back.
Is he?
And Chris and Nedrick. I don't even pronounce
For
it.
fuck's sake, people stop doing that. Every time.
Are we live?
Yes.
Give
Every.
me some warning, man.
I did. I said we're live.
Am I allowed to talk?
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's too late.
I literally screamed, "We are live."
I don't remember that happening.
Jesus Christ. Oh, you suck.
I call it shenanigans.
Yeah, we're just gonna start trolling this stream now.
Yeah.
Troll it.
Now I gotta like fix graphics and there's gotta be a better way to do this. Window capture. Where's my other window capture? There it is. Oh no, that's my hidden behind the scenes camera. I don't want that up there. There's Eric. I'm not even bothering with like fancy transitions right now. I'm just doing all my editing live on the stream.
Doing it live.
Look at Sog spending dough. Oh my god.
Oh, that...
Heave, did you leave again?
Well, I'm here.
Stop doing it. Don't turn your camera off. Stop it.
You want to eat?
I want that #1 spot.
Jesus. Just ask me. Fucking
Just in it for the nudes.
Oh, so now I gotta copy this and paste and... Where are you in reference to Matt?
So how's it that you change spots? You turn your video off and on?
Stop. It's like once I tell people that that's what happens, that's all they want to do. You fucking delinquents.
Whatever you do, do not press this button.
The
This
big
one?
red
This one?
shiny.
This one, right here?
Oh, you
The
guys.
red candy like button. Ren and Stimpy.
Shiny button.
Okay.
Oh no, I got it.
Okay. Thank God.
Sounds like you have this space madness.
So I shouldn't turn my video on now.
Ice cream bar.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I've been working on my soundboards today for anybody that's going to be watching. I promise I won't fire them off during Bia's talk. Bia's giving a talk today, right?
No, Chris is.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck me.
That's
Fire it
more-
off.
That's old news on the.
Oh wait.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I think.
Am I allowed to curse?
Yes.
Now I don't want to curse because I know I can do it.
You're a creep. Get away from me.
Ah. Soundboard talks like it knows me.
I want to fight you.
No, you don't. I'll cry and sweat all over you. I want to fight
I
Not
you.
would
necessarily
actually
in that order.
Yeah.
I don't know which horse I would back. Though.
There's definitely going to be some moisture.
What the fuck?
Wait, where's my Alf soundboard? Hold on, I gotta find that now.
Here to make a thing soggy.
Oh God, please don't ever say that again.
Oh.
Ugh. Sog would fucking wreck me. Sog is like 9 feet
Remember? Oh, what was that? Remember the jackass when they were running on the treadmill?
Oh.
tall. Oh yeah.
It's like the one part I couldn't make it through.
You're not my buddy.
It's true.
Oh
First time I
shit!
heard
What's
that.
this?
I'm a terrible friend.
Let me know when this gets irritating, okay?
It's irritating.
well, actually, I should have fired that off before.
Do it now.
Yeah, do it now. Wait, oh, I don't have that one on here. Shit. All right, let's
Who's your
find.
daddy?
And what does he do?
Does he pop it?
Oh, we got some awesome people in the Twitch already.
Yeah. Sog, what's your talking to be on?
It's supposed to be, what did he say? How OSCP kicked my butt
Gotcha.
and other life lessons.
Anytime you need me to title a talk, just let me know.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny, what is this we're listening to? Is this Savant?
No, well, I don't know. Let's see. No, this is there's actually a stream that is supposedly copyright free, and I actually
nice.
I streamed on this for 36 hours the other day for a work event, and Twitch never yelled at me. Like, I can go back in my video, and I'll go back in my video, and normally in my video producer it'll say, "Fuck you, we muted this part," but it didn't give me any of that.
I dig it. I like it.
Yeah, so I put the link in the chat. While we're sitting here shooting the shit, this is our. So I don't know. I'll go over workflows again in case anybody is watching this and wants to do their own DEF CON group, their own meetup, or whatever. We have a workflow down, I think, almost at this point. First hour, if you have your own group, the thing that we did with DC 610 is we started the group and then we immediately made a Slack room. Because we do it monthly, so what are we going to do in the interim month? Not fucking talk to each other? Like, not do projects? So we have a Slack, that's how we communicate. And now that we have to be virtual, so we're in Pennsylvania, and the county that our restaurant is in that we meet at, Two Rivers Brewing, is in a county that is going yellow on Friday, which means they are limited opening stuff. Our restaurant is doing outdoor seating only. So I imagine we're going to be virtual for a few more. So I decided, and maybe you want to do this too, if you're paying attention, is the first hour is a happy hour Zoom just for members. We sit and we shoot the shit and we talk and have a good time. And then the next hour is a live little happy hour where we can just shoot the shit and maybe entertain people. I don't know, talk about stuff. And then whatever talks we have. So today we only have one talk because true to form, I didn't pay attention to details until about 2 hours ago.
Also, don't get your hopes up.
Don't fucking get your hopes up. This is all hinging on Sog's talk. The great
I can
and
talk.
the
It
great.
might go off target.
That's fine. The great and powerful Sog. That should be
Kneel
your
before
handle.
Sog with a sponge.
Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Remember, you can. Oh, stop it, Jedi. Go away, Jedi. I mean, don't really go. Angus, what's up, brother? Yo, everybody should follow at Angus Red Blue on Twitter. This dude is such a sweetheart. He is in South Africa, and he has the lovely South African accent. And he gave a great talk on recruiters during the Pros vs. Joe's CTF. Because he's a recruiter. And y'all know me. I will shit on recruiters all day long. With vitriol. But then I gotta think, like, I actually know some recruiters. I have a buddy of mine in Seattle that does recruiting, and, like, maybe I shouldn't paint them all with a wide brush. I'm sitting there preaching on Twitter about how not all cops are assholes, which is going over like gangbusters, by the way. That fucking opinion. But maybe I should start one that just says, is it too soon to be like, not all recruiters?
Just crickets.
Listen, man, if you don't have gallows humor, like, what are we gonna do? Besides drink. See my cool skull glass.
I probably should have got something to drink.
Yeah. This is sangria from Two Rivers Brewing.
Oh, that's a nice glass.
Yeah, it is, dude. I got 2 of these things.
Nice. Real nice.
So there's Sog. We have Matt. Matt speaks with full authority for his employer.
Not in the least.
It's okay. I haven't said where you work yet. IBM. Matt's going to jump off the call and be like, fucker, I'm not doing this. Up in the upper right-hand corner, the only video participants we have so far, Mr. Heave Hacker, who is at least partly responsible for the great BS Lab existing.
I was there for like 15 seconds.
Yeah. That's about all it takes. And everybody knows BSI Lab by now. FYI, everybody, she's DC 610. Fuck it. Yep.
Do you want to hear an embarrassing thing about me with BSI Lab and Eric and Heave Hacker?
Uh-oh.
The first meeting I came to, I still think of, like, you know, when you say stupid things and you think about it forever.
Yeah.
Is that whenever I came up and I saw her, I'm like, hey, I know you. And then I'm like, well, I don't actually know her. I know of your account and I've seen videos. I'm like, I still think about that to this day. I'm like, why did I say that? It's like me and a celebrity. It's like, oh, we're buddies.
Stupid.
Yo,
stupid.
rock, you know?
That's very common.
Hi, I'm just an adult man who's a fan of this child's account and online presence.
What the fuck?
She's brilliant.
Hey, Danny, will it screw stuff up if I turn my video on?
Just do it. I don't care.
All right, cool.
Do it live.
Yeah,
What's the worst that could happen?
There we go. What's up, guys?
Ooh,
Here.
I like that background.
Hold on.
Oh,
That must be the red team knock.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Turn
what are you
this
with?
off.
Brotherhood of Nod?
Turn this off.
We hate the color blue
There's
or any color that isn't red.
Put Sog
But I'm a
over
blue
there.
teamer.
Yeah, I'm more of a right corner fan. It's really
Thank
where my home is.
Put Heave up in the left corner. By the way, I do have a video up on my YouTube of like an hour and a half of me answering questions about OBS. So anybody that is curious about what the fuck I am doing, I'm also happy to do private or semi-private, whatever, calls with people to get them up and streaming. I do that a lot these days. Move you over here real quick, right behind my head, because that's easy to read. And copy this. Yeah, these DEFCON 610 meetups are nothing if not a master class on how to do OBS. Fuck it, we'll do it live. No wonder people don't take me seriously. All right, who do we have? We have Sog, we have
Yay.
Matt, we have Heave, we have Perplexed. It's only because Matt doesn't have a cool handle. You're nothing if you don't have a handle, man.
Oh,
You know you're right.
Square
about
triangle of death.
that. What, hackers?
Shapes.
Nobody? Really?
It's Shapes now. They call me Shapes. Don't call me Shapes.
Now we are. Your name is now Shapes.
I'm
Not what I
stretched
want.
thin. This is great.
Let's
Pounds
see.
of-
And like, it's hard to like not fuck up aspect ratios either. Like, I don't know. Here we go. This is what I'm gonna do. Looks like shit, but I don't care. Let's see. Where can I set this at?
Is this the scale?
No. If this was to scale for you, my computer monitor would have to be 12 feet tall.
It's true. Like an orange on a toothpick. That's as big as my head. Yeet.
Yeah, anyway, Second Order Chaos, which is my little slice of the internet, is a part of the Hacker Streams Network, channelleet.com, channel1337.com. We have a Discord. Anybody that wants to stream, anybody that cares about if we promote it or not, like, it's just something that Kentaro and I started, so... oh, thank you, Nightbot. Nightbot just put in join.
Nightbot rules.
Yeah, no. God damn it, Zach! I asked you last night. How do you pronounce your nick? Is it Golgothus?
Golgothus.
Golgothus?
I don't know. I put a Italian spin on it.
I fucking. I know you did. I was busy last night. Yeah, but I feel like
That doesn't even sound close to it.
Zach. This is the same conversation that we browbeat Sog into changing his fucking handle.
It's true.
What was your handle to begin with?
It was Sogub Sis.
Yeah, we're
and
not
so you were
doing that.
So Sog. I'm like, what the, why is everybody saying that?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Captain
Yeah.
was a nice.
I got so sick of trying to pronounce it. But I was gonna try, and then one day at the meetup, he's like, fuck it, and just shortened it. Which I maintain Sog is actually better.
Yeah, and I got the .wtf domain.
Golgothus.
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 Golgothus. Golgothus. All right, Zach it is.
Yeah.
I still get like super uncomfortable when people only refer to me as Rando, because like I gave that shit to myself just to troll somebody else, and now it's like it's all anybody calls me. That or like Dekaki.
Yeah, I still love that you still have to say that. That's literally my name.
Anybody who doesn't know that fucking story. It's not like a huge story, but it's still funny to me. God, my face is all oily. You know what I have? Thank you to Gab Smash. For anybody that does eventually want to stream, and
Is this rice paper?
and sweats. I guess I don't know. Hold on. And sweats like a pig, like I do. Is I have this, which is powder makeup, oil removers, cotton removers, and
So pretty.
I'm gonna do it right now. Fuck it. Hold on. I'm gonna do it right in the stream.
Shoot.
Oh, you
No,
got
I
a brush
feel
and
old.
everything. You're not messing around.
Yeah. Oh, it's so disgusting. Look at that. You can fucking see through it.
Getting me to shine.
Hmm.
Well, I asked the great and powerful Gab Smash what I can do, because her makeup is on point at all times. Even when she's not wearing makeup, it's still on point. And she showed me a video, which I will share some other time, of this dude was like, hey, here's just some quick stuff you can do if you do a stream and a podcast or whatever, and you get oily and fucking shit, whatever. And I got all of it, and it actually works. I gotta redo it like if I do a 24-hour stream, that's just gonna happen like every 2 hours or whatever. So, I have it on good authority, says Angus, that you have to moisturize before you use foundation. Fucking. Alright, well. Does oil count as moisture? Because in that case, I am moisturized.
I think you're missing the point there.
And he's also doing a makeup box opening stream that you guys can check out.
I am now a Mary Kay rep. Hey, thanks for the
Nothing but
subscription,
Korean
Scarab.
beauty products.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Mary Kay?
I'm getting that goddamn pink Cadillac.
Oh, look at that. Scarab's in the channel.
What?
I mean, he's not on here with us. He doesn't
I
have
know.
time for that.
Yeah, I thought it was too cool for us.
I don't actually know if I'm doing this the right way, but I think I am.
You're in a room full of dudes. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like right. I said it, and like any of you fuckers are gonna know.
Is that all natural badger hair
Yes.
off the coast of some place where badgers live?
I mean, less badgers now.
Wait. Are those just drowned badgers? Like, why are they off the coast? What did you do to these badgers?
Do badgers swim?
Well, you catch them when they jump.
Listen,
Badger.
Do badgers jump?
No, it's not. What are those little animals that do that?
Lemmings.
That was a great.
classic Linux game.
Oh,
I think that looks better. I think I look less oily right now.
It's true.
I don't know. Anyway, that's your little makeup session. Thank you
Yeah,
for coming to the
Badger
DEF CON
doesn't give a
6th
fuck.
and June meetup. we
I
hope
feel
you
like we all
And
walked
scene.
away with a little something.
we hope you've enjoyed your stay.
Are the makeup companies sending you free makeup now?
No, but they fucking should. They fucking should. Thank you, Arnold. What other soundboard should I bring up? Should do the Jack Nicholson soundboard.
I like how I thought about it for a second. Like I have an opinion of what type of soundboards there should be.
Well, I mean, you're old enough. You're old enough to be like from Newgrounds and shit. You know soundboards.
Yeah.
Well, you earlier had the Alf one going. I think you got to stick with the 80s theme.
Okay. Well, what other ones? Is there like a Family Ties soundboard, maybe?
What if there's like an A-team?
Ooh, 18 would be great.
A pitiful.
Never interrupt me.
I need that one.
I mean, there's
That's
got to
a-
be some like,
It's a losing battle.
like Ferris Bueller and
Dismissed.
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
the
have
channel's
to
got
ask
some good
me
ones.
nicely.
Perfect
Oh,
Strangers.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
There you go.
Top Gun.
She's
soundboard.
lost it.
No, she hasn't, Sog.
No, I think she has, Sog.
I'm really waiting for like. So I mean, is this like I'm just now back into Windows like the past couple months, like, and I'm always worried about just clicking on websites for soundboard because I'm waiting for some kind of like fucking virus to pop up.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, somebody just mentioned in chat that War Games came out 37 years ago today.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh.
I guess that's where we're going now. War Games soundboard.
Well, that's something. That's life. I'm like, oh, I remember that.
I'm afraid I can't. Oh, wait. That's Alexa.
Is this really?
37 years?
Alexa, order a 55-gallon barrel of
microchips any further than I can throw it.
Wow, this soundboard is like 4 sounds long.
God damn it, I'd piss on a spark plug if I thought it'd do any good.
Oh, that was
I
great.
don't think like War Games didn't really have like the super memorable lines. Like it's a great
No.
movie, but
No, it didn't. It didn't have like catchable lines.
yeah,
Yes.
How we play a game. That's catchy.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Hey.
only winning move is not to play.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Joe in chat, I'm actually not that worried. Like, Windows 10 is pretty fucking awesome. And I don't go to that many shitty websites.
Or dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
It's not the 80s.
Or
yeah,
yeah.
Dodgeball.
Well, I didn't realize there was a theme.
Yes, we did it. You.
You know that the Dodgeball with Ben Stiller was a remake.
Of the 1980s classic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hackers.
Starring Rip Torn.
You guys don't remember that movie? What the hell?
you see it?
Let's see.
Same old
Well, you see, I can't hear Danny over myself. That's the problem.
Well, you can't hear me?
Only when I talk.
This is not even a fucking hacker's soundboard. F you. Oh, this is... What a lane... It's got like 4... No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Where are your brains, in your ass?
Like that one.
We gotta figure out what time that is, because we're being
Never hack an
brained.
ATM across state lines.
Yeah. You get nailed by the FBI.
Yeah, do you guys follow the Hackers Bot on Twitter?
Yeah, Hackers Bot is
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Love it.
And by the way, whoever uploaded that soundboard, go fuck yourself, because like you can't do some audio processing, or I don't know, rip from a fucking Blu-ray or something. Jesus.
This virus has an art.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. God damn, have some pride in your work.
Nice, Heave.
Nice.
Actually, a feature I really like in Windows 10 is that 2004 update with WSL2. It actually runs the Linux in a,
Oh,
in
yeah,
a
yeah,
VM.
Oh no, this soundboard just has me clicking and downloading a file. That sounds safe.
YOLO.
Right? And it's got like some stock art person with headphones going like this.
It's fine. Windows Defender has your back.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, this is his streaming machine he built that's all super fancy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's going to download something, the whole stream's going down. We all know.
Yeah, don't
I
worry.
don't know, that
PS1
crypto
is
miner will
audio
work
codec.
really well on the 2080 Ti.
Oh, I'm gonna mine a whole bunch of crypto.
Well, the big improvement was with the VirtualBox did it, but VMware over this past weekend released an update where it'll work with Hyper-V hypervisor, which is kind of a big deal because that means the cred guard and device guard can be active if you have VMs. So if you're using the VMware hypervisor or the VirtualBox hypervisor, you missed out on that juicy goodness.
Hide the planet! Shut up and get in the car! Hide the planet!
They're trashing our rights.
It isn't a virus. It's a worm.
That's very accurate for today.
That's true. I didn't mean it to be that on the nose, but here we are.
Oh no, that stopped my music. Fuck. There you go.
It's like real life.
They're trashing our rights. Oh, wait, I also didn't realize that I actually am kind of smart because I'm not running an administrator. I never run an administrator. I have to type in my thing on it every time.
Nice.
It gets to be, but now like in 10 it's pin based, so I'm not trying to like fucking type a long password. I just type in a whatever linked pin.
Yeah, that was
I
a
have a
similar
Mac.
thing I had to do when I installed Mac OS. I removed the administrator rights from that user after creating a normal admin user and then dropping my rights. So now whenever it needs elevated rights, I have to use a username and a password.
Would you say you were trashing your rights?
I was trashing them. I was trashing them so hard.
Boo.
Thanks. I appreciate the sympathy soundboard laugh.
You're a creep. Get away from me.
Oh, I feel like this should be my wife's soundboard.
I want to fight you. I want to fight you.
That's also from your wife.
Yeah, she doesn't get covered in sweat and tears either.
I'm just gonna stop. Nope.
Yeah, there's a
Not going
comment there.
We have a
Short
good.
subject.
We have a really, as far as crews go for DEF CON groups, I think we have a good one.
Can we get matching shirts for the next in-person DEF CON?
We have a T-shirt design. I'll have,
Yeah, we do actually. We haven't made any new
I
ones.
own it.
Oh.
Wait a minute. We have matching shirts.
We'll be back around food time. Oh, is Jump in the chat? Like,
He was.
fuck,
Yeah,
man.
I'm here. My fiance was on a call, so I'm good now.
Oh,
Oh.
are you going on video or no? You gonna hide?
This machine doesn't have a webcam, and I don't have a external webcam. I'm on a desktop, so.
What is it, like a fucking old gateway machine?
No, I never got one, and I'm in the same problem that everybody else is having of like, oh yeah, I'd love to buy one, but they
Yeah.
make one every 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So
free-range artisanal plastics.
exactly.
Packard
Very
Bell.
difficult.
Fava says Packard Bell. Yeah, one of those. Or how about the time?
Packard Bell. Yes, I have a Packard Bell.
How about the time that I was in the only semblance of a college I ever went to was Berks Technical Institute in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. Because I literally didn't know what I was going to do after high school, and I just signed up. I was like, computers seem neat. And once and this was like, I loved hardware. Like, the hardware class was awesome, and I thought I was hot shit. So I was delivering pizza during that time, and my boss had a computer. She had the pizza manager. You know, I don't know what the fuck her real title was. And she was like, I need an upgrade. And I was like, oh, I can do that. Not realizing that she had, I think it was a Gateway. Gateway was the one with the cow, right? The cow box?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I didn't realize that cases like that were fucking proprietary.
Oh, man.
So when I got her a new motherboard, because I was also working at this PC repair shop because I thought it was hot shit, I put the motherboard in and I was like, oh, the back panel doesn't fit it. I'll just remove it. And then the board touched the case. And I just ended up, I didn't know. I fried a brand new motherboard and her old motherboard, and I wrecked the panel getting it off. I don't know.
So it sounds like she got a Dell.
But yes, that's what
Speaking of that, actually, I didn't know when I was younger that Dell PCs had proprietary power supplies. So I purchased a power supply from, I don't even think Newegg was a thing then, so maybe Tiger Direct or whatever. And I was like, yeah, this is going to swap in perfectly, but it didn't fit. So I went downstairs into my dad's garage and took a file and sat there for hours filing down the metal edge of the case to try and get this thing to fit, only to find out it didn't use a 24-pin power main. And I was like, well, I've just about destroyed this computer now.
God damn it, it's gonna work if I have to fucking kill it. And I killed it. Let's see. I'm just going through some other stuff here. I'm getting ready for Sog to do his thing. Did he disappear? Where'd he go?
He went to go grab a beverage.
No, that's fine.
That's something about crying.
Intermission. Steam game? Oh, I don't want to do that. No, I want to do selfie. Yeah, I'll probably do that. That's fine. Once,
Sid and Mr. Glass are also here.
Oh, hey. What's up, fellas?
Oh, here, hold on.
Oh, well, we have like a lot of participants, but nobody wants to be on camera. That's fine. Sib, Glass. Sib, dude, how's everything in Philly, bro? He's not gonna talk.
Just some looters, it's fine.
Just
regular Tuesday. Oh shit, it's Wednesday.
Oh, hey, there's Glass. Now I gotta rearrange the thing again. God fucking damn it. Oops. Wrong one.
Wow, I look pretty trippy.
Here, I'm gonna do it live again. I'm gonna paste. Move you. God, somebody left again.
People are coming on, man.
Wait, who left?
It works out though. It works out. All 4 live cams are up on the screen now.
Okay. Now somebody's gonna come back in and be a dick about it.
Tell Matt to keep his camera on.
Yeah. Do I have to chat? Where's the chat? Why is that not up there? All right. Well, very good.
Golgotha had an old E-machine whose CPU fan died, so the system would overheat. So I had my mom buy a CPU fan from Best Buy. I learned that day it's not a one-piece fits all. Yes, but you can always pry them into place.
Oh.
Mr. Glass, brother, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah. How's everything in? Are you in the city? Where you're in New York?
No, I'm in Jersey.
You're in Jersey.
Sam and I are both in Jersey.
Hmm.
My little brother's in the city. I think he's okay. He didn't say he was in trouble when I spoke to him earlier today. And where Sam and I are, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, we had like a protest here in Easton, but like, I don't think it's gonna go ape shit. But then again, like, it takes one fuckhead to kneel on a neck, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, so we have one scheduled for tomorrow. that I expect will be exactly like that, and then somebody posted some incendiary thing about something on Friday. And somebody's like, let's go light fires. And I'm like, that can't even be real.
No, I have, and I get intel, like I sound important, like I get intel.
Watch out, we got a badass over here.
My own personal private intel feed tells me. No, somebody had told me, and they couldn't elaborate because they take their clearances and stuff seriously or whatever. Fed? No, hardly. That Friday, something was happening on Friday, and to stay indoors on Friday. I actually should not have even said that just now. But I hope the way that I'm saying it means like I have no authority and it doesn't come from me. But like I also heard that when the virus shit hit, somebody had told me like you better stock up and get cash and do this and buy guns and blah 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 because shit's going down on Friday. And you know what went down on that Friday? Fucking nothing. So I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson from getting secondhand, thirdhand information. So. Even if it's first-hand information, I need like multiple sources. Fuck you, Matt. What do you?
So, that's great. Keep it like that.
No, that's not a Shinerbach.
I'm a little notorious in my like local Jewish community for being a hacker, and so I've started have people come to me for that secret intel.
Yeah.
They're like, "Do you know anything about Thursday?" And I'm like, "No. Is there?" Like, can you look in the dark web? I
Oh, hold on. Let me look.
Yeah, I don't know what you want from me.
A ending in Y.
Yeah, I'd be like, and this guy was like, "Hey, you're Jewish. Like, what's you all must talk to each other. Shut the fuck. Come on."
Wait, they don't?
Matt froze. If Matt's video
I'm just
comes on
kidding.
off again.
I'll be right back.
There's a lot of things I know, but knowing the ins and outs of the Jewish network is not one of them.
Jewish network.
Oh,
this
is a good way to do it. I'll just put heave right in the middle. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
With the jeepers.
The
cats.
Brady Bunch.
Why didn't I think of that
The
before?
Brady Bunch.
We went through this last time. Short stacks.
Yes, Fava. I did in fact buy a gun. However, I was actually looking to get a gun way before any of this bullshit happened. I had actually applied for my concealed carry in Seattle and here months and months ago, like back in January, because I was planning on getting one. And this was way before any of this shit happened. And right when COVID hit, that's when like 2 months, 3 months later, I got my concealed carry from Seattle. And yes, I kind of drug my feet too, because like I was waiting for bonuses to come in and whatever. And then all this shit hit, and Governor Wolf, in his infinite wisdom, I think he's handled this okay, but he did two things that were just fucking really annoying. He shut down liquor stores. Like, I can almost benefit of the doubt on that, maybe. And then he shut down like gun retail and gun ranges. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, but he's since now you can go in by appointment only and blah, 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 blah. But then, yes.
Yeah, it's because the center of Pennsylvania freaked out.
Oh, yeah. They're like, excuse me, what? Like, don't...
Pennsylvania lost its mind.
Yeah, could you explain the center of Pennsylvania to viewers that may not know about it?
It's flyover country.
It's... Pennsylvania is, you got Philadelphia on the one side, you got Pittsburgh on the other, and you've got Alabama in the middle.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is.
Accurate.
It's a really good way to describe
it. So, but then, yes, then I kind of freaked out because, like, now I don't have anything and blah, blah, blah. And then finally when they opened up, I got my first handgun. And I actually do feel a eensy bit safer. Not safer, but more prepared, honestly. And that's fine. And I've since gone to the range. Heave was the first person I saw outside of my wife and my son and to give a hug to, because we went to the range near me. And I do feel a little more prepared for it, so that's fine. But yeah, the whole liquor store thing was fucking dumb. They have since now, then they're like, okay, we're gonna open, but just online ordering and curbside pickup, and that was a clusterfuck. It was like a Hunger Games type lottery just to be able
they
to
use the same webmaster that created healthcare.gov the first time around.
Yeah, right? Like, it's so
It
dumb.
was ridiculous.
However, bright side to that is now I am fully aware of like all the distilleries we have, and I don't care that it costs more. There's a lovely elderflower infused gin from Philly that I get now. Social Still in Bethlehem. I just got 2 bottles of gin, which is this is sangria.
Oh man, it's so good.
Dude,
I just
it's
picked
amazing.
up dinner from them tonight.
Yeah, it's really good. So even after liquor stores open back up, I drink a very limited sphere of alcohol, and I don't drink beer too much anymore because it makes me sleepy and fatter than I already am. So if all I'm drinking is like gin, I'm just gonna get from distillery. Like, I don't buy enough to have it be an issue financially, and I like to drink good stuff. So that if there's one silver lining, it's that these local places are getting more patronage, which I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. Pyro Joe is actually from the area. Pyro Joe, now in Seattle, is actually from the Bethlehem area. Pyro knows all about this. CGI, never use CGI. Why not? I need CGI. Yeah, I also carry now. I carry all the time, which is a little harder for somebody with a fucking gut like mine, but I do it anyway. It's nice.
Just means you can hide it better.
Oh, dude, they'll never see it. That thing won't print.
You could pull out like that Dirty Harry hand cannon and
Yeah, but then I gotta like do the extra step of like taking the fat, going like this, then doing this, and then like hope I don't fucking bump it on my belly button or some shit. Like, it's a whole thing. And I tried carrying at 6 right on my back, and it doesn't work because there's also back fat. It's funny how that works. So I actually do. I occasionally append. I got the gun I got is a HKVP9, which is not a compact. They have a compact, but they're out of it, and so it's bigger. So like, I don't know. It's a comedy of fucking errors. And anybody who's seen my recent Twitter post knows if you stand to the right of me, you'll live a very long, healthy life because all of my shots go fucking over here.
Dude, I'm impressed though, because the times that I've been shooting, like, yours is like on the right, or I guess you pull left.
Yeah, I pull left.
Yeah, so like, but it's left, like high, middle, and low. Like every time I've been shooting, I've always clustered it like low right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine's. I mean, that's fine. And actually, he was the one that told me this story about how actually you tell it about the girl that freaked out about sucking, and then go ahead.
So we're at the range with old boss, and we're shooting, and she's like, we're using 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper at about 15 yards, and she's like missing the bullseye like crazy. And she's like, "Oh man, I suck." And my boss took the target from her, held it up to his chest, and he's like, "Nope, you're doing just fine."
Right, like you
paper,
yeah,
you're done.
Yeah, like you take that paper, and especially on me, that has a lot of. I keep referencing how fat I've gotten. Thanks, COVID.
Oh wait, are we supposed to say no? You're not. Stop it.
No. Even my son just leans into it now. He's like, "Hey, fat ass." Daddy, why are you... But then he gets really cute. Like, we were out by the fire pit the other day. Yes, Red, I might be anticipating the recoil a little, and I don't know how to stop that. What was I gonna say? Oh, we're out by the fire pit, and he crawls up, this little bastard. And he crawls up, he goes, "Daddy, you're so fluffy." He goes, "You're so comfortable." And he laid on me for like 20 minutes, and I was like, "That's fine. I'll die a little young to have this." Because by the time he's old enough not to do that anymore, like, what else do I have to live for?
He's certainly probably not going to cuddle with you.
No. He's up and down, so anticipate. Just shift your sight a little bit, and you'll be, yeah, maybe. And also, the other thing that Heave is trying to teach me is shooting with both eyes open. I don't fucking understand that at all.
Wait, what?
Shooting with both eyes open.
Teacher.
How are you supposed to like line the thing? Wait.
Hold it up to your dominant eye, which you should naturally do, and you have better awareness of what's around you and everything, and depth perception and all that shit. Situational awareness. That's the word I'm looking for.
That's what operators and snipers do.
Yeah, his next job is going to be at Blackwater.
You used to shoot IDPA, and you can't fucking do that with one eye.
Danny, did he let you shoot the rifle?
Yes. Yeah, the rifle was fun.
How much fun is that?
Dude, it's so much fun.
What type of rifle is it?
It's a Smith & Wesson 1522. It's basically, it looks like an AR-15. All the controls are in the same place. It does not break down like one. But it's a 22, and I've got 30-round mags for it. So you just, the range we go to has a plinking range, it's called, and they've got like metal things you can shoot and dueling trees and all this shit. It's just fun. You just burn through ammo like crazy.
So you can go through there like John Wick style? Clink, 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 clink.
Yeah, sort of. You can't like run around, but safe.
So...
You can tell. Most of my gun knowledge is from movies and TV.
Yes, real guns are not like movie and TV.
I unlocked the tiger skin on Call of Duty.
We got a badass over here.
Eve, you said dueling trees? What does that mean?
So it's a tree. It's got 5 metal plates on it vertically, and when you shoot it on one side, it'll flip over to the other side, right?
Okay.
So 2 people stand next to each other, and you say go. One person starts, and then you just go, and whoever can get the most on the other person's side wins.
Cool.
So 5,
Cool, that's fun.
10 rounds each. If you don't miss, you're doing all right. But inevitably, someone misses.
I'm gonna do that.
Join us. Join us. I'll post it in Slack when I'm going. I have a guest pass. It's free.
Right.
Yeah. It's a great range too. Like, despite the fact that the first time I went, the guy looked at me like I was an asshole because I didn't know what he was talking about when he was like, "The range is hot," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "I'm doing it." Like, thanks for the introduction. What was I gonna say? Okay, we are. Saul, are you ready to present, man?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you still want to present?
I'll just have to do it live. I didn't prep anything.
That's perfectly fine.
But I could talk. You pick a subject, I'll ramble till you tell me to stop.
All right. Well, actually, keep talking because I didn't set up the. I didn't set up.
Well,
hey, where do
I
all
don't
my
have
shit
anything
go?
to say.
You're just gonna tell us a story about your whole OSCP experience. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I could do that.
I have a beer though, so give me a second.
This talk, fueled by Plum Goes. How do you pronounce that? Goza.
Will you be sharing slides or no?
No. I actually paid money for different slide decks, so I'd be ripping them ready to go. But I don't know about you guys, but the current events are kind of draining any extra energy I have.
No, I get it.
Is there something going on?
Do you accept that excuse? As
Is
a
there
valid
something
excuse?
going on? Yeah, no. I before we get to you, I 100% accept that. That's not even an excuse either. That's like, I was just having a conversation with a very good friend of mine. Her name is G. Hi, G. And about, because like, so when I did my talk at Pancakes Con, it was half of Threat Hunting and half of like, oh no, it was Couch Con with Alkaline Red, and it was just the like what I did on my federally mandated vacation, and all of my projects and stuff.
It's TipSec.
What's up, Tip? And so I went through all my projects and stuff, and she was like, I don't have any, like, why bother? I don't have any motivation. I was like, I understand that. It is sapping. Even if you are not, and this is the other thing too, there's a lot of like really extreme opinions of like, if you're not in a city that's actively burning, like, what do you know? First of all, fuck right off with that nonsense. This affects everybody mentally, it affects everybody emotionally, and it is very hard being faced with these world events in our country to say, what difference does it make if I fucking give a talk? Or what difference does it make if I finish this paper? Or what fucking difference does it make? This is where you have to get a little more selfish. Like, do it for you. Like, do it because, like, I have a whiteboard, which I've erased it, but, like, I used to have a bunch of stuff on there about my accomplishments throughout the year. Like, what have I done in January, February, March, April, May? And I don't give a shit if it doesn't change the world. It keeps me happy, it keeps me healthy, and that will then affect the moods of my wife and my son and my clients and my coworkers. That shit, it is a ripple effect, right? But it all starts with me being just a little bit selfish, saying this makes me feel good, so I'm just gonna fucking do it because I hate feeling not good. And if I stay busy, like when this first happened and my kids stayed home from daycare, it was kind of a shell shock, and I would just lay on the couch and just felt awful. And then one day I had too much coffee and just started doing a whole bunch of shit around the house, and I felt great. I went to bed that night and slept like a fucking log. And I was like, if I just stay busy and just go, and this, I don't recommend this for everybody. I'm just saying this is what I did. Go, fucking stay busy, do things, do it for me, do it to feel good, and then just by association, that shit will ripple out to other people. But I completely understand people just saying, why fucking bother? That's why I bother, and maybe that will help somebody else do it too. So I get it, man. It's a completely valid thing, and you don't have to be in the thick of a protest choking down fucking tear gas to be affected by this. And I take issue with anybody that says otherwise. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You got me all spun up now, Sog.
No, that was unexpected, because it was like I was not expecting to have to deal with all these problems on top of everything else.
Nobody was.
But
the worst disaster movie in history could not have written a script like this.
Yeah,
they just fucking couldn't.
I reached out to a friend the other day, and he's like, you know, hey, how you doing? I was like, doing all right, you know, except for the whole, you know, pandemic racist murder hornets going on. Like,
yeah, like, again, it's a completely valid thing, and again, there are people, I've gotten shit for it, like, oh, I posted something, actually, I'm gonna read it word for word because I hate the people that responded to me, and there are people who I had respected where I'm just like, nah, go fuck yourself now. That just, for security analysts and hackers, they have an amazing lack of reading comprehension. I pinned a different one, so I can't find it. But I basically said, listen, not all of you have to be protesters. Not all of you have to deal with, like, take some time for yourselves, right? You can relax. It is okay to not ingest all of this shit and just keep yourself straight, to keep your family straight, to keep all of this straight. And oh my God, did I get responses. One particular person was like, well, my neighborhood is burning right now, so I just can't do this. And I was like, did I fucking say that you had to do this? That, like, you had to care? And are you also saying now that I have to not take care of my own mental health because you can't? Fuck you. Welcome to DEF CON 610.
Yeah. We don't take no shit.
Welcome to DEF CON 610. Fuck off. Anyway, I was about to introduce Sog for his talk, and I got on my high horse for a minute.
No.
You know?
Well, I mean, that's what I was saying. I don't have slides. I had every intention of doing slides and having, like, you know, having sweet slides that, like, had, like, memes and made people laugh and, like, transitioned. None of that shit happened.
Like a wipe, maybe?
Like a what?
Like a wipe transition.
Is that what it's called?
Well, there are different terms for different types.
Oh.
You're doing it right if you're doing star wipes, though. That's
I don't know much about slide transitions. I just started using PowerPoint and I bought slides for it.
Well,
Sog, now is not the appropriate time. Oh, my face is all over the screen. Oh, right.
Hold on, let me turn the music down.
Oh, yeah.
I like this layout because it makes people super uncomfortable.
Wait, I'm comfortable looking like this. I look really pixelated though.
Well, that's because I have to do a window capture, and then I have to cut up 6 people. So, like, that's fine.
I paid all this money for this laptop, and this is what you're gonna give me?
Well, I mean, everybody can drop or, like, hide their video on Zoom, and it might get better.
That's fine. Cat ears.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, if
What is this? Is it TikTok or what's the one with cat? I'm not hip to the scene.
who knows? Actually, it might be better. You know what? Fuck it. Just do it. Just do it live.
Yeah.
Go.
So, I just wanted to point out that TipSec's in the channel. If you haven't bought Tiberius's Udemy courses, they're super awesome, and they've been super helpful to me. He just recently upgraded it with new improved labs. This post is not sponsored by TipSec. So I guess without an outline or anywhere to go, I guess every story's got to have a beginning, medium, and end. You're supposed to start from the middle to make it interesting. So one random time, Danny found me on the internet, and he said, "Why don't you come to this group?" And I met all these awesome people, and I decided I was going to try to do the OSCP exam. And that was probably about 9 months ago, where I didn't hack anything. And then I just started playing around with Hack the Box, talking to all the other DEF CON nerds. Sorry, my Windows screen is messing up. And taking all kinds of courses. And it brought me to eventually signing up for the labs in February. We have some other people in our DEF CON group. Nedrick, Chris, I think, is also taking the course. And some other people on Twitter have been a part of the Pandemic 2020 OSCP Club. But anyway. So what's the interesting part here? I feel like a fish out of water. Danny, can you Q&A me?
Oh, yeah. Just tell us the story about how the actual exam went. Like how you started up.
Oh, that's a tragic story.
Well, yeah, that's
we like those the most.
Yeah, that's a story that went downhill fast, but it started out spectacular. So
tell.
So I prepped really, really hard. I kind of knew what I was expecting, and I used another tool called Auto Recon made by TipSec that's also on the channel. Saved me a lot of time. Danny's adding visuals to my face. Well, anyway, the exam starts. So if you have to read all the documentation and what you expect, but basically it's proctored. You have a webcam that's on your face all the time. They can't hear you, thankfully, but they can't see you pick your nose, which happened at some point when I was taking the test, and I only realized that after the fact. Probably too much information. It's really embarrassing if you got your finger in your nose and you slowly pan towards the camera. Anyway. So the test starts with the proctor approving everything that you're doing, and then you log on to the VPN and you get a control panel with kind of like military terms where you got objectives. So you get a list of objectives. One you kind of already know it's going to be a buffer overflow exploit, which is pretty to the point, pretty easy. Same, trying to think of what you can and can't say.
I would just say it all. Who cares?
Yeah. What's the word? No, because then they'll ban me for life. But yeah, I started working on it, and I was doing really good. Like I nailed the buffer overflow. I had all my documentation done. I was taking screenshots. I had the whole flow down. I had all my initial enumeration done of all the machines. I took a break. I came back and I nailed one of the 10-pointers. So a couple hours in, I had 35 points, and I'm like, I'm going to freaking nail this thing now. Sadly, that did not happen because my biggest learning was taking breaks. I ignored all of that mess. Everybody tells you to take breaks, get up and go walk around. I didn't do any of that. I'm like, I got this. I don't need to take breaks. I'm fine. I'm ripping and ready to go. Only after the fact I realized what a mistake that is, because I don't know if you ever like have played video games or you worked on these machines and you're like, I'm almost there. I can't leave. I'm almost there. It's like Indiana Jones when you can reach for it. Last Crusade. Anybody remember that in the crack? Anyway.
Everybody don't respond. Just let him think it's silence.
Anyway.
You're a creep. Get away from me.
I am a creep.
What the
So
fuck?
basically, thanks, Danny. I appreciate that. It makes me feel better. Takes me out of my head. So yeah, like 3 hours have passed. Well, maybe like 6 hours by now. Out of the 24 hours, and I'm like, I have 35 points. I only need 70 to pass, so this is going to be not going to be a problem at all. I only need to do this again, you know. But that was not to come, mainly because I decided to stay up and try to battle through it. And I was already probably running on like 18 hours being awake now. So starting to get past midnight. I'd already not been able to sleep well before. I kept pushing through. I thought I was making progress. I had limited access on one machine. I couldn't convert it. Not through lack of trying. I spent 12 hours trying to convert that machine. And it was probably the most disappointing I've ever been, most disappointed in myself I've ever been. If you ever want to feel like crap about yourself, take the OSCP exam. But that's about where it happened. It ended up being towards the next morning that I actually made some progress. I got user accounts on 2 machines, but it wouldn't be enough to win. And I also realized I didn't prep enough with the Windows escalation. One thing I didn't count on was being so sleep deprived, which for me entailed me working in circles and not remembering really anything.
So I'm just going to interject with questions because
yeah, please interject me.
I was going to let you hang out there for a while, but that's not fair.
That's okay. I'll just sweat.
How often had you ever stayed up before? Like, are you somebody who needs like 8-9 hours of sleep?
No, that's the funny thing, because I'm naturally an insomniac. So if I don't take my sleep meds, I'll stay up till the morning. Staying awake wasn't the problem. It was the lack of mental like capacity. Like I was running on like 30% brain power. And I was pushing it, you know. So yeah.
Frederick wants to know, can you talk about your documentation methodology?
Oh, sure. That was the easy part. I was documenting the crap out of it. So I made the transition to using OneNote. And originally how I was documenting was something that's been highly successful for me was just flat out copying what IPSEC did. So I would put stuff, so I'd have like let me rewind back. So OneNote has a cool little additional feature that other note-taking applications don't have, is that it has 3 levels. So you have like the notebook name, and then you have, oh shoot, I don't know what it's called, but you have like a page, and then you could have notes within that page. So then I could have each machine have its own. Well, so whenever I got the objectives at the beginning of the exam, I copy and pasted the entire thing, but I also created individual sections for each objective. So I would have the IP address, and then I'd have what the objective is, and then I'd have a page with my initial in-map scan, and then I'd work forward from there. What's that? Yeah, notebook group section, minor section, page, something like that. Yeah, that's right. So that helped me really break it down to how I thought about things, because I was using Cherry Tree before that. but it felt a little clumsy because it worked great for one machine, but it didn't work great for multiple machines. And I didn't want to have all these different notebooks for all these different machines. And I figure since I'm going to be a pen tester at some point, I need to be able to work with reporting on multiple machines. But yeah, I logged everything sort of as you would do it. So like, I know for breaking into machines, I need to have the initial enumeration. So I'd have all the ports. I'd have what I enumerate on the ports. I'd have the nmap scans, the stuff I tried. Screenshots were pertinent. So, and I did pretty good about logging stuff. Yeah, Joplin was pretty good. I remember looking at Joplin. My main takeaway there was I didn't feel comfortable in Markdown, and I didn't feel comfortable enough using Joplin because I never used it before, and I also didn't really have a backup strategy with using Joplin. But for OneNote, I did. It just auto backed up. But yeah, I took a good amount of notes, so I'm hoping that the exam that I take again this weekend uses some of the same machines, because that would be super helpful. But yeah, I knew that I'd have to take a report, and I was afraid of missing stuff, and I was afraid of working in circles, so I wouldn't want to try the same thing again and again and again. And that's also where it started to go downhill, is that later on I was working in circles, so I was furiously trying to make progress. And I ultimately ended up doing these same exact things over and over and over again. And I didn't log any of it. Yeah, so OneNote worked for me. Really just tried to log everything. I used, Snagit for screenshots, because I'm on a Mac now. And Microsoft OneNote for the note taking. And VMware Fusion, obviously, for the VMs.
I mean, I love Snagit even on Windows. Like I actually didn't. I gave up trying to figure out how to take screenshots on Windows, so I just use Snagit now.
Yeah, Snagit's got everything that you could possibly want. And I love their arrows.
Dude, it's so great. Yeah, Zach asks, do you focus on learning one method in particular, like buffer overflow?
Well, I already had some experience with buffer overflows, working Hack the Box, and then also going through some of the stuff that Live Overflow does on his channel. So yeah, within the lab environment in the course material, they cover buffer overflows pretty well, especially at least for the exam. So I felt pretty comfortable there. That's why I tackled it first, and it was also 25 points. That's not secret info. Everybody knows that.
We're actually being monitored by offensive security right now.
Hopefully they don't change it. Be like, yeah, it was until your exam.
Was
I heard you like buffer overflows, so they're now only 5 points.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and there's 13 of them.
honestly, I felt that those points were overvalued. I felt like they could be better, because I pretty much did that exact thing from memory. I don't know if you looked much into buffer overflows, but part of it is you have to evaluate what they call bad characters. So when you're looking at the stack, you need to identify what characters are bad or like the program would interpret in itself or strip out in some way. So that actually took the least amount of time, because I didn't learn until after the fact that you could increase the font in what's that thing? Immunity Debugger. Yeah,
next time around you're gonna crush it.
Well, the buffer overflow is the easiest part. Like, I did that without thinking about it. Like, you just go. Like doing the stuff in the coursework, and then also doing a brain span, one of those.
Yeah, it's brain pan. Yeah, that's a good one.
In VulnHub, like that's got you pretty much covered. Where I did stumble greatly was Windows privilege escalation. So Even though TIPSEC's course was really good, I didn't practice it enough. So when I'm super tired and I was super drained, it wasn't automatic. So like that's one of the things I corrected. So in times of stress or when times I need to think about stuff, it was not the time to start going through what the heck I'm supposed to do to privilege escalate on Windows. So I worked hard on that, tried to memorize as much as I could, and did it over and over and over again.
Now they mentioned about it being like open. They call it a quote unquote open book exams.
Yeah.
Like, did you find yourself kind of just mulling through whether it was your coursework or a lot of like off the grid reset, or off the beaten path resources?
Yeah, that's the part that really threw me for a loop. That it wasn't really the technical part. It was that I kind of screwed myself mentally, where I was emotionally frustrated. I was overtired and over caffeinated.
No such thing as over caffeinated.
It was difficult to objectively have critical thinking. Like I was just fighting emotionally. I was just frustrated. I'm like, or I'm just like a caveman banging away at this machine, obviously not getting anywhere. I'm looking at chat here. Yeah, actually buff overflow is the part that I personally have interest in. So like I've actually started to progress more in the buff overflow and binary exploitation past OSCP, but it was more just the exam part where I thought I had to stay up for 24 hours to get all these machines. They intend you to solve them all or solve all the objectives in 24 hours, not stay up for 24 hours. Which is the real big difference.
Yeah, well, that's
when you need critical thinking. You know?
and that's an important distinction. I always just assumed you have to stay up for 24 hours. Like, well, no, maybe if you know your shit, like. But even then, I know people who really know their shit. Very dangerous people, very smart people that got their asses handed to them by this test time and time again.
I tell you, that's the part that was unexpected. I mean, I guess I should have been expecting it, but that everybody was so supportive. Like, I failed the exam. I'm like the dumbest person that ever walked the face of the earth. And other people are like, hey, I'm dumb too. I also failed it the first time, or I know people that failed it multiple times, and like they're like really talented people. Like if you saw them, be like, that person would have just nailed it,
Hey, listen, don't be. You could be like me and just be like, you know what? No.
Be really, really, really good looking.
Yeah, thank you, honey. Thank you.
I know people have done it in 3 tries. I know people have taken like 5. It's a tough exam for a reason.
It's tough, and it's nice though that it's not like crippling financially.
No, I mean it's definitely an investment
It is, but like compared to like a SANS course, which
that's ridiculous.
Okay,
like I love SANS courses, but that is like, do I eat this month or do I take a SANS course?
Like eat the year, more like.
Yeah,
I'm always super amazed at how many people like are surprised by. I've just always known like any training I was just, and maybe that's like a privilege thing for me because I've always been in a position to have a job and ask for training and blah blah blah. But like people ask, can I pay for this myself? And I'm like, not if you want to fucking live like a human.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people try to take the OSCP like to get into the industry.
Oh God!
Jeez, come on, no. Somebody on Twitter called it an entry-level cert one time, and I was like,
it is an entry-level cert.
No.
Hell no.
I wanted to choke that person.
CEH is entry level.
Yeah.
Choke that person.
Plus CEH entry level.
What I love is that TipSec posted in the chat. Also worth pointing out that you can get 70 points with 3 boxes. I was very much aware of this, and that's why I was hammering hard on this one box. Because I had a foothold. It was a 25-pointer, and I couldn't convert. Like it was right there, and I just
Ends up being admin.
I was right there.
Right click
But
endorse.
But the comforting part is that it wasn't the technical stuff that necessarily got me. It's that emotionally and being up and not taking breaks and listening to people that have actually done this before.
Sounds like you're in a good spot though going forward. I mean, like, I think whoever said it before, like, it sounds like you're going to crush it. Sounds round 2.
Well, I hope, like one of the guys that I don't know, he's not here, but I was talking with him and he said he barely got far on the first exam attempt, and the second exam attempt he just crushed it. But I think when you're prepping, you think it's going to be a pure technical challenge, and it's not. It's an endurance marathon. Like, that's why you got to take those breaks, and so like that's going to be something I do regardless.
Yeah, there's
challenge yourself to do a certain number of hack the box boxes in a 24-hour period and maintain like your caffeine intake versus taking breaks and like figure that formula out, because I know you can like over caffeinate yourself and you're just useless. You're tired and awake at the same time, and dumb as a rock.
It's true.
Be amazed like how just taking like a 15-minute break and like walk around the block or something like that, and you just somehow like an answer will pop in your head. It could be for the stupidest thing, but in that time that you're separated from the machine, it's actually a nice little like you said, like a mental break, and then it's something just clicks and you're like, oh wait, I can try that, or something else pops up.
I go for walks around the block all the time, and I'm like, oh damn, that's gonna be the easy way to do that. Oh, I didn't think of this. I didn't think of that.
I hire somebody who I can chain in my basement and go meet up when I need to.
Yeah, I like that Angus Red called out TJ Null's write-up. That's a great write-up.
TJ is amazing.
And his spreadsheet of OSCP, like Hack the Box and VulnHub, it's gold. And what's frustrating is when you do read, oh yeah, you linked it, is when you do read some of these OSCP blog posts, it makes it seem like they don't really touch on the emotional part or how important the breaks are. They kind of touch more on the technical part.
Fuck!
That's what they think they do.
So that's the lesson learned for me for the next exam attempt, is that take more breaks. Something my wife loves to hear is not be so emotional. and just try to like chill, like, because I was so over caffeinated. Like, I think I woke up at like 4 a.m. and then like I was just caffeinated, like balls to the wall, waiting for the exam to go, and I didn't stop. I don't think I slept until later that night, maybe like 9 o'clock. So I'd already been up for like almost 2 days.
Yes, somebody else. Somebody said, I thought you were going to say you hired somebody to walk around the block for you, Danny. Yeah. Like, oh man, I need some fresh air. You boy, go take your laps.
But
Alyssa's
but
here.
the good
Hi,
thing
Alyssa.
is like, the good thing is that like when you're taking the course and like you can do the machines, or you're on Hack the Box and like you're getting your solves down, then I think you should probably be very comfortable with the technical side, because the boxes aren't that hard. Like they're approachable.
Unlike,
but for me, it's the stress. Like if you stay up and you're just emotional and you just keep pushing through, like I think you'll do what I do and just fail miserably. Yes. But
just
yeah,
throw a beer in there in between the caffeine breaks.
Yeah, I think this time I'm going to do what I probably would normally do, kind of try to make it more of like a normal day, where like have caffeine in the morning and then like try to cut it out by like 1 or 2. And then if I'm tired, go to sleep, like get back up. Because I was talking with somebody and they sort of did what I did, or they started their winning exam attempt like I started my first one, where they nailed it. They got the 35 points right off the bat. And then they just went to sleep. And he's like, I woke up the next day and I slept for like 7 hours and I had breakfast. And then I got up and I just nailed it. Like he just knocked the rest of it out 'cause he had a full night of sleep. Wasn't emotional. Think about it objectively.
Have fun with it too. I think that's important.
Yeah. It is fun. It's not fun when you're emotional and frustrated. Because it's like exactly. I do credit TipSec's courses a lot.
Son of a bitch.
The TCM's course is pretty good too. They're friendly competitors.
Sog, do you think you'll go for a third if you don't get the second one?
I want to go until I get it.
Yeah.
There's no like 2 seconds or 2 tries. No, I'll be there every single time. Well, I'll be there for 4 exam attempts until September, and then I probably have to buy the course again. Because I think you only get 4 retries.
Do you feel going away from the actual prepper and actual stuff? Did you feel weird about their new like having a camera on you and shit?
No.
Except afterwards with the nose picking. But besides that.
Yeah, that was at the end. Yeah.
Do you see the person who's proctoring you?
No.
Okay.
You know what? You should be able to. You should be able to have a reverse camera on them. It's only fair.
So I missed the beginning. How do they proctor this? Are you like at home and they have a camera on you, or do you go to a place where you take the test? Or
yeah, so what you do is you first get on there. You have to install this software. It's all in the documentation, and then you connect, and then they start giving you instructions. So like you can't see them, but they make sure your webcam's on. They have you take your like laptop or your computer or camera and show them the whole room. So like nobody's supposed to come in the room or be in the room with you. And then they check to make sure everything's okay. You connect to the VPN, and then they check to see that you're connected to the VPN. And then they tell you, all right, you can go. And then the only real interaction you have with them after that is if you need to like take a break. You just tell them you're going to take a break, and then when you're back, and they're like super kind about it.
Yeah,
when you don't need their permission, you're just really just telling them.
I recently recertified my RHCSA, and I did it at a Red Hat location in a little kiosk, and it's like a little white room with a desk and nothing in the whole room, right? But otherwise, it was identical to what you just described, except they had 2 webcams, one that could look across the keyboard, and one that could see you, right? So that they could see what your hands were doing. They could tell you weren't like reaching under the desk to look at notes or something like that. So
yeah, I love the proctor part myself. Like the way that this can be less cheating. So if they can detect cheating more, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Because like you turn it on, you can minimize the window. So like you don't see yourself looking at yourself, you know?
That'd be weird.
Bullshit.
Which I probably wouldn't see anyway, because I'm going from OneNote to VMware Fusion with Kali in it, and I'm just going back and forth between those two.
It's similar to what Pearson VUE has been doing for testing in this current COVID situation. One of my coworkers just took his Security Plus, and it was the exact same breakdown. We were looking at it and analyzing, like, how can we work around this? Okay, well, old school VGA AV switch. KVM switch to switch your keyboard and your monitor when you're gotta look something up. But it's Security Plus, so if you're cheating on that.
When I just took the AWS cert yesterday, they basically not only did they turn the webcam on, the microphone, and all that jazz, but the guy was like, "Hey, I need you to like pick up your laptop and show me what the room around you looks like." And I was like, "Seriously?" And he's like, "Yeah, we need to see the left, the right, the front, and the back of your desk." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I mean, okay.
Yeah, during the RHCSA, not only that, like I'm in the midst of doing stuff, right? And all of a sudden the little chat bubble comes up. Hey, can you pick up your screen or your camera and scan the room again?
Bullshit.
Like, come on.
You're right, bullshit.
Bullshit.
But most of the time you don't even know that the most of the time you don't even know the proctors are there.
Meanwhile, there's a guy out the window doing semaphore with the flags to tell you the answer.
No. But they're always
There's
pretty.
some guy-
They're always really professional and really kind to offensive security, at least in my experience.
There's some guy
Hey, Sam.
just standing out in your yard, just yelling like. Doesn't even make any fucking sense. What is he doing?
And that's what I find. I find it interesting with the proctors, especially with the OSCP, and they tell you that it's supposed to be like a quote unquote open book exam versus like the Red Hat or the AWS where they want to clamp down on cheating. Where's the fine line? I mean, for all we know, like when Chris takes a break, he's texting somebody and be like, "Oh man, I'm stuck on this problem," and then he comes back and like, how do you you can't really proctor that part of it, and then also go back and say it's an open source. You know what I mean? Like, whereas like Jump was saying with his AWS start, it's massively different. Like they're checking the room. You're on top of it at this point.
Yeah, someone posted Golgothus phone a friend. No, I think the most I did was vent frustration at some people, like friends that I had, but not any help. And thankfully, all my friends are also pretty ethical, so they wouldn't even cheat, even if they could help me.
Yeah.
So that's
I mean, you
great.
still have your notes.
Yeah, you have your notes, and like I was going through like Windows PrivS, the payload, all the things, Windows privilege escalation. That's a great resource. I was going down that sucker, but like it was just taking so much time. Yeah. And I was so spent, like stuff wasn't even looking familiar anymore. Like it just I was just kind of ludicrous after being up for 24 hours and being frustrated. And because when I came into it, I'm like, I got the skills. I'm gonna freaking nail this thing, man. Like, I'm gonna make this test like my bitch, you know. That didn't end up happening, and I think the further as I was going along and I was seeing that wasn't gonna happen is the worst. Because then you start to feel like a failure. Like, am I even supposed to be here? Like, have I just been faking it all along? Like you're going through all this stuff. I appreciate the support. People saying that I'll pass it again. I better pass it again. I just want to. I'm sick of the OSCP because this is my first venture into certs and having this what I call cert pressure, where you just have this crap that's hanging over your head and you're already done with it already.
So I have a question. I'm, very much on the blue team side and have, I'm perfectly happy there. Do you see any value in the, getting the certification, B, getting into the source material and, the learning process for a blue team person?
Well, I don't think I'm qualified enough to answer that. I think, yeah, I don't know. Someone else would probably have to say that.
I would think because knowing what your adversary knows and how they operate totally helps. Like knowing both sides of the coin. That's why sysadmins make the best freaking hackers, because they know.
I would say, well, it's mainly saying that because like that information you can get without the cert. So like, if you're attacking Hack the Box, you're not really going to get too much more additional value of going with the OSCP, trying to get that cert. For me, like OSCP is a personal goal, even if I never get a job doing it. And I also want to get their other certs, and this one's a prerequisite. So
yeah, I mean, but that's correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what you want to do. Like you want to be a pen tester, correct?
Yeah, and I don't really want to stop bad guys. There's some others I'm sick of trying to do that. And frankly, you'd probably say that I haven't had like real adversaries. So like, I'd be fucked if someone really wanted to go after all my stuff. Because I don't have optics into that or any of that sweet blue team gear. And somebody was telling me how awesome Gigamon stuff is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, really? I heard it's garbage.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get their salespeople to reach out to me, but they don't care.
Yeah,
you can always toss around the Sun Tzu quote that everybody throws around about knowing yourself, and then knowing yourself and your enemy, and That's a big line used, especially in a blue team demos.
Oh, you went on mute, buddy.
You muted yourself.
I'm an idiot. Stupid mute.
You got hacked.
Damn it, Danny.
Ha ha.
Gigamon this.
I was gonna say CyberArk did the same thing, so it's that's gonna be an interesting learn.
Yeah, so I think the only like blue team stuff I would want to do is stuff I've been talking with some friends that kind of working on anti-red team stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like things to make a red teamer's life hell, not really like detect and stop, but just like screw with their scans or make things
like
stuff
the whole like deception and hack back mentality and all that.
Because I love that because it's like, oh yeah. How you like this instead of like I find you, mitigate, block, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's crazy how long some of that stuff's been around though, because like the utility La Brea tar pits has been around for years and years, and
You would have
now
an army
finally
of
like
sysadmins cheering for you, man. That's all there is to it.
what's
Go
that?
get him!
Yeah.
It's like that stuff's been around for years, and now like a lot of that conversation is shifting to the deception and the hack hack back mentality. I remember that for a couple years now, but it's crazy how long some of these things have been in place.
Well, stuff like tar pit though is really just to make your target a little less attractive than everybody else.
Right.
So it's I don't know if that's quite the same thing.
Yeah, so you make them look like Eric.
I don't know much about those big things, but I would imagine that the hacker mentality should be the same, no matter what team you're on. That's one thing I liked from what con was that? Danny, what con was that where you had the most amazing panel in the world?
I don't know. I've had a lot of amazing panels.
Where your Alexa was getting hacked for malware Jake being on the stream.
Oh, that like literally just happened.
Yeah, I know. There's so many lately.
But Danny is invited to so many panels that he can't possibly remember.
But that
no.
Whatever.
I don't get invited anywhere. I
crash them?
create the panels. Like
it's true.
Very, very big distinction. Nobody invites me to shit. I have to create it.
But
the keynote speaker from Circle City Con.
But I love that Malware Jake and others that were on those panels were talking about, and some other people are talking to about it too. Just the distinction between red and blue is kind of silly. It's all really the same problem.
Oh, that was okay. That was during the pros versus. That literally was like 3 days ago. That was the pros versus Joes red versus blue panel with Litmoose and Sigil and Malware Jake and Rook and Nick Carr and yes, all of the big names I can drop. You're welcome.
Holy shit!
But it's kind of cool to hear them talk about, because they know all about that stuff. I don't know jack about it. So like listening to them have a perspective where it's almost like a Zen master. Which is like they're both the same coin. Be water, kind of like. But I just want to break into stuff, and I figure this is a good way to do it.
So, Sog, while we wind down, probably a few more minutes left. If you had to give like a top five pieces of advice for people going to attempt this. Yeah, you can use your fingers if you want, mark it down on paper, whatever you got to do. Top 5. Go.
Oh, okay. And go. I would say practice, because don't think you'll just know it when you get there. You need to have done it like a million times before. So hack the box, attack phone hub, go to TJ Knowles' spreadsheet that's on his blog post where he lists all the things you should attack. That's like OSCP. You don't have to go into the Assane or hard boxes on Hack the Box because it's about medium and easy. Yeah, someone said sleep. That's why the number one advice everybody gives for OSCP exam is rest and get sleep and take breaks. It's not because you're tired. It's that you need to rest your mind. At least in my case. Yeah, and of course no, not under caffeine. And the third, I guess, would be get your Windows Privest.
No, I was gonna say the third should be figure out what the going rate for an 8-ball of cocaine is in your neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
it changes. It fluctuates.
Yeah. It's true. You want to make sure you got that on lock. You don't want to have that
Depends on
last
demand and location, and yeah.
Is there like a Bitcoin exchange tracker for 8 balls of cocaine?
By the way, not that I know from experience, $75 is fucking no. Come on,
there's no way.
Maybe in like 1973 money.
Yeah.
I'm old.
No, yeah, like there's no way an ape. Anyway,
yeah. I'll have you know, sir.
No, and then I would say, make sure you really know your Privest. So make sure you study hard for the Windows Privest stuff. If you're like me and like a Unix and Linux head, Windows is foreign, so make sure you got it on lock. And good thing is there used to not be last year, but there is now. There's TipSex Win Privest course, and there's the Cyber Mentors Privest course, which they run you through all the major ways that you should be looking for Privest, and they include labs, so you can actually not just the book knowledge, but you actually doing it. And then WinPeas, that's a good program. Can't always run it though, but it's helpful. And what else? Linux Privest, of course. If you're a Windows guy and you don't know much about Linux, you need to get your Privest down, and then I guess get comfortable taking screenshots and writing everything down, because it's kind of annoying. Like it's because when I started doing this journey, I wasn't documenting anything. Like I was taking a little bit of notes, but my goal was to hack as much things on Hack the Box to try to get Guru. I didn't get it yet. I was 80+% almost there. But yeah, just get used to it, because it's kind of annoying when you're working and you're excited and you want to solve things. It's kind of disruptive almost if you're not used to it. That you have to stop what you're doing, copy and paste, take screenshots, organize it well, because the deliverable is the report. So like taking that investment of hacking the stuff and grabbing all that stuff and putting it in a whatever note-taking mechanism you're using is uber important. Hey, that's not true. Golgathas in chat calling me a bad sog. How do you escape Vim? That's easy. It's :Q if you want to just quit without any changes. :Q exclamation point if there are changes you want to quit regardless. If you made changes and you only want to write those changes, or you only want to write the file if changes have been made, it's :X. If you want to save the file regardless if there were changes, it's :X or WQ.
Can we vote heave off the island for saying using Nano?
And I think there's also Control-ZZ, but I don't use any of the control codes with VI.
There's a command to execute an external shell as well.
Yes, if you go to GTFO bins, they give you all that stuff too. But I think that's just the colon and then the path to the binary. I'm not sure.
It's like :bang or something. I forget. I did this during Holiday Hack like 2 years ago.
But if there's
I never use it, so I forget.
Well, you use it a lot with.
What are you looking at, nerd?
Especially with Hack the Box and VMs, where there's privilege escalation with the set UID binaries and junk. GTFO bins is a site that you can go to. Like you just search for the command, they'll tell you how to get a shell or escalate up.
Anyway, did you get to number 5 yet? Or what's happening?
Yeah, number 5 was take good notes.
Oh, okay.
We lost track at 13.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes. How
Number
to
8
exit,
in the top
exit
5.
Vim. That was.
Jesus.
That's actually something that annoys me a lot. That people use right quit when they should be using just X.
Oh, well, I do right quit, so fuck you.
Because it modifies the timestamp on the file, even though changes haven't been made.
WQ bang. F off.
That's just bad.
WQ bang. Spaces over tabs. Fuck you.
I'll admit, I have WQ bang on a like muscle memory.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Like pussies. All right. Very good. Well, thank you, Sog. That was an excellent journey through your.
Yeah. Could you edit this down to actually being useful to like 15 minutes?
No. It's not what we do
What
here.
kind of show do you think this is?
Yeah. What are you new here?
Dude, it's fine. Nothing's permanent on the internet.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
This will all disappear after 6 months. It's fine.
Do you want to know any interesting trivia about this shirt that I'm wearing?
Not really.
Well, I'm going to give it to you anyway. Well, I have friends that are really into football. Surprise, I'm not a big sports fan. But I'm hanging out with my friends, and they're talking football, and I had to pick a team, so I picked the Bears because the bear is my favorite animal. And so I just keep hanging out, and they're like, "Oh, you're such a Bears fan." I'm like, "Yeah, that guy." And then he's
and
surprised.
The ball and the
sport
so what's it
ball.
called? The thing.
He's
Goal unit
surprised me
basket.
for Christmas or my birthday. He gave me this jersey. It's Brian Urlacher. He's a famous bear, which every Bear fan should know.
You're a creep. Get away from me.
Totally knew that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Sog, if people want to hang out with you and talk to you, where can they find you?
No one wants to hang out with me.
Oh, shut up. What's your Twitter? Something.
Just because you're in
Oh.
Wilkes-Barre.
I'm
That's
in
true.
Scranton, actually. Let me give you my address on stream so everybody can know where I'm at.
No, that's okay. I'm going to post your phone number right in a little bit.
Yeah, my Twitters are SOG, SOGWTF.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You
And
were
my
waiting for that the whole time, weren't you?
And my
Oh,
website is
just for that.
SOG.WTF. WTF is a top TLD. Did you know it?
No, I had no idea. Cool story, bro. Cool. Well, yeah. Well, thank you, Sog, for this was actually really interesting. Our first couple of virtual meetups were like, well, what the fuck we're doing? Like, the first one was awful when we tried to switch to Beer Stream. Oh shit, that was bad.
It was fine, Danny. Really, it was all fine.
Yeah.
No, it
It was great.
He had taught me how to solder. That was great.
Yeah. But we're getting better at it. We're probably gonna have to do this for at least a few more months. Hopefully, not that much longer. But yeah, subscribe if you would, please. I am subscribable on Twitter. I do shows Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern right here on Twitch, which means I have a show tomorrow. What's today's Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow night.
Today's Wednesday.
Tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing some pretty spicy stuff with Nicole Beckwith. So that should have no blowback at all. And sometimes I started playing games on here. But yeah, like I like to hang out with people. So come and hang out here. If you're in the general area, come hang out with us when we're in person. Join our Slack. DM one of us. We'll get you in. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to go to Circle CityCon online. Virtual. It's gonna be virtual this year. I am on staff as well as Alyssa, DNS Princess, who's in the chat. That is coming up very, very, very soon. The 12th, right? Like this next weekend, it's gonna come up. So we got that. Get out there, share. I mean, don't not physically, don't go anywhere. But put yourself out there, share, and connect with people. And yeah, I think that is really all we have. I want to thank everybody for coming. And yeah, until next time, thank you. Thank you everybody in chat. Thank you, Ned. Thank you, Perplexed, Chris, less so Nate, because Nate was late. And Heave and everybody else, Spam, everybody that was here. No, Spam wasn't here. Glass was here. I'm going to get shit for that later. All right. Thank you, everybody.
See you guys.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hear that music? Hear that music?